All I do is I focus on the system. We keep it real simple. Anybody seen the movie Hitch with Will Smith and Kevin James? Okay, you remember when he's teaching him how to dance? And Kevin James is like, I don't need any help. You know, I can do all this stuff. And he's doing all that fancy stuff. Remember that? And he smacks him and he goes, no, 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 no. This is where you live, right here. Remember? He goes, you don't need to make no pizza. Pizza's already been made. Do the Q-tip thing.
This is where you live. Right here. You live right here. Okay? This is home. None of this. I want to see none of that. I don't need no pizza.
So when it comes to recruiting, it's a few simple things. It's a few simple things that you do over and over and over again. In my 2 years in Nerium, I've recruited probably between 80 and 100 people. Now, if you hear that, initially you go, oh my gosh, I could never do that. Well, if you break it down, it's about 3 to 4 a month is what I've averaged. Is that doable? If you can recruit one person, you can recruit 100 people. Because the same thing I did to recruit the one, I did to recruit number 2, to recruit number 3. And I just kept doing it over and over and over, just like this. So that's why you build a big team, to leverage yourself. So let me talk through the recruiting process. The 2-a-day system. When I first heard Jeff Olson talking about 2 a day, I was like, how in the world is 2 a day gonna make me rich? Well, remember we said a large group of people doing a few what? Doing a few what? Simple things over a consistent period of time. Excuse me. So I go do 2 a day. To me, that's spare time activity. 2 exposures a day. 3 to 5 a day, that's part-time. If I really wanna kick it up, 10 a day if I'm full-time. Now, I don't tell my team I do 10 a day if I'm doing 10 a day, because they know they can't do what we just said, but my exposures are my miles per hour in the business. I decide how fast I want to get to where I want to be to hit my goals. So if I'm doing 2 a day, I was like, man, that's only 10 a week. That's only 40 in a month. How is that going to make me rich? Oh, thank you. So I go, how is that going to make me rich? 40 in a month? Well, the previous company I was with, great service, but as soon as you said the names, people put up their guards. Okay, they needed it, but they didn't want it. And you had to sell them, and you had to get a license in the state that I lived in. When we first got started, it took 2 months to get a license. So what happened was at the end, they would look at you and go, I can't do what you did. I don't want to do what you did. I don't have time to do what you did. And I don't want to do to my friends and family what you just did to me. But I saw Jeff Olson come in, the company was doing, they had actually gone backwards $10 million. He came on basically as like a consultant, helped the company go from $50 million a year to $500 million a year using third-party tools. So we were being a fanatic about 2 a day. I was like, because at first I was like, 2 a day, I'll do 20 a day. And I'll get my team to get jacked up and do 20 a day. Wrong, because your team won't continue to do that. But everybody can do 2 a day by accident. So 2 a day, it's 2 a day. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Does it say wait till Sunday and eat 7 apples? No, it's because your belly's gonna hurt. It says 2 a day. So you're doing the simple things consistently. I used to say things like, well, when I get a big team, then I'll do some of these things. And then Jeff Olson said, Darin, terrible attitude. The attitude comes before the money does not come before the attitude. If you ever want to have a big team, you better start doing those things now. Because you don't make what you want, you make what you are. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. Wow. So even when no one's looking, integrity is doing the things we should do even when nobody else is looking. So if we're doing 2 a day, well, the average in that company, which when you said the name, they put up their guards, you had to get a license. To me, great service, but a lot more challenging. The average, we had a room of about 100 people, and we go, okay, who has been doing 2 a day? We were fanatics about 2 a day, minimum. And we said, okay, how many recruits did you get? How many customers did you get? The average was 2 recruits and 5 customers. Man, what a return on an investment when you're investing in tools and is generating customers and recruits. Well, so think about that. Well, how's that gonna make me rich? Well, I get 10 of you doing 2 a day. Now that's 400 perfect exposures in the marketplace. 20 recruits, 50 customers. I get 100 of you doing that. 4,000 exposures. Now we're looking at 200 recruits, 500 customers. Are you with me? A large group of people doing a few simple things over a consistent period of time. So we're going to talk about how to pique the interest, how to use third-party tools, how to set follow-up, how to follow up, and how to sponsor them. So the next one, third-party tools. How many in the room have experience in the beauty industry? Raise your hand. Okay, that's gonna hurt you. Because they look at you and go, well, of course you're gonna have success in Nerium because you're in the beauty industry. How many do not have experience in the industry? That's gonna hurt you because they go, well, what do you know about beauty? Darin, you're ugly, bald-headed dude. Man, you need to check into some beauty, Darin, right? How many of you have been in sales in the room? That's gonna hurt you because they go, of course you're in sales. Anybody had success in business before Nerium? That's gonna hurt you. Of course you're having success in Nerium because you've had success before. They just snap. Has anybody ever been financially challenged like myself? Okay, you don't have to raise your hand on that one. They go, Darin, you were bankrupt when you got in this industry. You couldn't make it through college. You're on Medicaid. You're applying for food stamps. What the heck do you know? And you go show me how to make money? Right? Third party is the only way you fix that. Everything that we do has to be duplicatable. 10 levels deep, 20 states away. A dud can do it to a stud or a studette. If I hand the tool to them, you hand the magazine, the tool to them, you send them to a website, it does the same thing for all of us, correct? So third party is the key. Jeff Olson taught us, where the tools flow, the money goes. My Lexus, I'm gonna have to trade it in again. I've about blown the shocks up because I have tools in my trunk. My car's riding a wheelie everywhere that I go. Let's talk about labeling your tools. You wanna make your tools sticky. I've had people go, Darin, I'm ready to get started. Well, who are you? Well, I picked up your magazine. Well, where'd you get it? It was in the doctor's office. What doctor's office? I'd never been to the doctor's office. Thank God I had a label on the front. Don't make people have to do hide and seek. It's not an Easter egg hunt. People go, I got my label on the 4th page, the very bottom, there's a little spot. No, I got a fluorescent, bright green or orange label on the front of my magazine. So put your name, phone number, email address, social media page, website, all of that on there. Prospecting philosophies. Number 1, exposure is, what is it? It is everything. Big numbers equal big results. Small numbers equal small results. Say less to more people. Amateurs convince, professionals sort. Okay, so what if I have a buddy of mine and I know he needs it? By the way, I don't work with people that need it. I work with people that want it. I got some of our friends and family, they won't participate in their own rescue. It's like the farmer. He's sitting on his porch, and the guy goes, hey, mister, your dog under the porch. He's laying on a nail. And the farmer, he goes, hey, don't worry about it. When it hurts bad enough, he will move. Some of our friends and family doesn't hurt bad enough. So we're looking for the lookers. But Darin, you don't understand. They will be so good. I don't care. Some will, some won't. So what? Next, somebody else is waiting. So amateurs convince. Instead of me begging that one person that I know they need it, why not spend 3 minutes with 10 of you? Say, be the commercial to get them to watch the movie and go, and look for the one that goes, thank God you called me. What took you so long? I've been praying for something like this. So say, God bless you, say less to more people. Amateurs convince, professionals sort. Your exposures are your miles per hour in your business. You decide how fast you want to build the business. Let's back up a second. A few other things. So what do we say? Well, first of all, you make your list. If I had time, I would take a 3-4 minute break. I would turn on the music like I do at my trainings, and I go, we're gonna have a contest. I want you to make a list, put down every name you possibly can in the next 4 to 5 minutes, and pretend I'm gonna give you a $100 bill for every name you put down. Go. 4 or 5 minutes later, normally the winner is 80, 90 names. We just had one that was over 100 names. I go, why did some of you walk in the room and you had 10 names on your list when you walked in, but now you have 50, 60 in 4 minutes? What were they doing? Prejudging. Oh, this person wouldn't go for something like this because they're already successful. Oh, with this person, Danny Gassby's a construction worker. He wouldn't be interested in beauty. Mark Remus is a carpet cleaner. He wouldn't be interested in doing Nerium. Right? And I could go through all the backgrounds in the room. We don't know. My job is not to recruit or sell. My job is to share the information and let them recruit or sell themselves when the timing is right. Make sense? So you make that list of, if I open up a sushi restaurant, how many people hate sushi? Quite a few of you in the room. If I open up one in your town, I still want you to know I have it because you're gonna run into people that do like sushi. So I'm not calling you going, you like sushi, come buy sushi. I'm saying, hey, listen, I'm in business. So I'm calling them and go, hey, my wife and I are excited, working on a business project with best-selling author Jeff Olson. hey, I know it's probably not for you, but we want you to know what we're doing because you may run into somebody that may be interested. Is that easy? 2 a day. I don't care if you open your front door and throw 2 magazines into your yard every day. Because, well, I just don't feel ready. We're never gonna feel ready. It amazes me that people go, Darin, I want this for my kids. I want this for my church. I want a better life. And they have tears in their eyes. And they come back and they go, I quit. People told me no, and it hurt. It hurt bad. We would take a bullet for our family, but we're gonna quit because somebody told us no. I go, man, maybe you weren't as disgusted with your life or fed up with where you were or didn't want a better future for your family as bad as I do. And I did. And I still do. So I go, you know what? 2 a day. Then what happens is you'll get to the point because motion creates emotion. If we wait till we feel like we're ready, we're never gonna be ready. So then when I said, okay, maybe you get to the point where you walk up within 10 feet of somebody and you get their attention by grunting, and they look at you and you throw the magazine and run. And then you get to the point you walk up and go, hi, go. And then you get to the point, here's how silly it is. Here's how silly and simple it is. I can walk up to people and go, hi, what's your name? Oh, Patty? Hey, you don't want to do Nerium. He goes, what is Nerium? Here, look at this magazine, you'll know why. I'll come back tomorrow. If I did that, he would come back and go, Darin, it was great meeting you. I don't know why you told me not to do Nerium because I looked at this magazine and I love it. Who can I sign up with? If you did that enough, now I don't recommend that, obviously, but the point is people worry about so much about what they're gonna say. You can't say the right thing to the wrong person or wrong thing to the right person. Now, can we become better messengers? Yes, we can become better messengers, but I knew I was gonna be bad before I was good. I just wanna get it out of the way. So you make your list of everybody you know. You let them know your door is open for business. You share the information. That's why parties, they'll train on parties later today. You can get, every day I ask myself, how many times was the Nerium story shared on my team's behalf? Okay, through me, through my team, through third-party tools, through parties. So obviously if you have a party, you got 5 or 10 people in a room, you play the video, 5 or 10 people just heard the Nerium story. So either I get the people to the meeting or the party, or I take the party to the people. So then what I do is once I expose them, hey, Patty, I know it's not for you, but my wife and I are very excited working on a business project with best-selling author Jeff Olson. Our company is the youngest company to ever be featured in Success from Home magazine. Have you seen this magazine? Oh, you haven't? Hey, I'd love to give you a free copy so you know what I do, okay? You may know somebody may be interested. Hey, listen, Puya, my wife and I are really excited working on a business project with best-selling author Jeff Olson. Hey, listen, I need your help. Part of my training is to get people to review some information and take a look at it. If I send you some information, would you look at it and give me your feedback? I know I would do it for you, and I'm hoping you'll do it for me. Is that hard? Hey, Elaine, hey, my wife and I are really excited. We're up for a promotion, blah, 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 blah. Hey, listen, I'd love to send you some information. It would really help us, and I know I would do it for you, and I'm hoping you would do it for me. Or you're big and I'm little. Hey, listen, I really respect you because you had so much success, Jeff, in business because you had your own business. Hey, listen, I really would appreciate your feedback because of your success, you and Zoe. So listen, if I sent you some information, would you do me a favor and give me your feedback? Is that hard? No, so I want to get them off my list and in play as fast as I possibly can. So what do I use as tools? Whew, time is running out. What do I use as tools to pique the interest? Well, here, people go, what's your favorite tool? My number one favorite recruiting tool of all times is the magazine. I was thinking the other day, one recruit came in from one magazine that led me to a team. I remember asking Jeff, what do you think if they're doing this much volume? How much of my income? He said probably $15,000 to $20,000 a month is generated from the one magazine that I gave out. Is it worth going through hundreds of magazines to have that happen? It could be the next magazine. It could be the 50th magazine. I don't care. It doesn't matter. But what better return on my investment? People go, invest in this stock and invest in that. No, I will invest in Nerium stock. I'm invested in the Nerium magazines. I'm invested in the tools. And that is my number one favorite recruiting tool because I can give it to anybody, open it up, and relate it to somebody. Let me give you a couple examples. One day, now I don't do this every day, I'm not gonna lie to you, but we took my kids to school. We had to take my wife's car by to get it serviced. Then she had a doctor's appointment. Then we had a couple other things. So here's what happened. I pulled into the service center. It was raining. We were running late for a doctor's appointment. So I run in, the service guy said, hey, listen, have you seen this magazine? Hey, if you'll look at it, I'll give it to you so you have something to read during the day. Oh, thanks, Darin. Yeah, the company I'm working with is actually featured in this magazine. All right, man, we'll see you in a little bit. I'm backing out. It's raining. There's the guy that sold my wife her car. I go, hey, Ricky, hold on a second. Hey, have you seen this magazine? No, Darin, I haven't seen that magazine. Hey, well, listen, I'm going to give you a copy. Your company's featured in it. Hey, let me know what you think about it. I got your number. I'll call you back. Oh, thanks, Darin. Boom, in the doctor's office. My wife finishes with her checkup. I told the doctor, I said, hey, listen, I know you run into a lot of people. You may know someone that may be interested in what we do. Magazine. We're checking out. The lady at the counter, I said, hey, is Tammy working? I said, she's from her hometown. She goes, well, she's actually in a meeting. I said, will you do me a favor? Will you leave her this magazine and tell her this? She goes, one condition. Can I look at it first? I go, hold on, I'll go get you one as long as you look at it, give me your feedback. Then we had the parent-teacher conference. The teacher's like, so what do y'all do that both you can be here in the middle of the day? Glad you asked, right? Magazine. I'm running out to school. There's a friend of mine chasing her kids. I'm chasing my kids. Hey, Gwen, hey, hold on a second. Hey, I want to give you something. Have you seen this yet? No, Darin, I hadn't seen it yet. Bam. It was like 9 magazines in a day. That didn't happen every day. But I don't go out to do Nerium, but I will do Nerium while I'm out. Make sense? Does that make sense? I remember when I went out to work in Michigan the other day. So I'm getting off the plane. I waited until the end of the flight, so I'm not verbally vomiting. Okay, some of y'all on the plane, I've heard some of y'all on the plane. Okay, we were talking about that. Okay, Dawn Fleming was ready to pass somebody a barf bag behind her, she said, because they were the whole plane. I mean, I waited to the end so they couldn't ask me a bunch of questions. And then what I did was I said, hey, by the way, I got something for you, magazine. I get off the plane, my luggage is not there, right? Anybody know what Delta stands for? Don't expect luggage to arrive. So I go in, the lady, she's like, hey, can I get your name, sir? I was like, you don't recognize Brad Pitt? She got to laughing. It's not supposed to be that funny. It's a little bit funny. And I go, look, besides the face and the body, we look exactly alike. She's laughing. Have fun with it, people. Come on. Nobody wants to be, hi, my name is Darin. I'd like to give you a magazine. No, have fun. Who cares? The worst they're going to say is no. Nobody's ever smacked me, okay, for trying to hand them a magazine. Hey, listen, I'm not from this area, but looking to expand my business. I gave it to you. Boom. And I said, by the way, what's the best way to reach you? I'd love to get your feedback. What's the best way to reach you? They'll give you the number, email, whatever they feel comfortable with. I found if I give them ask for the email first, they don't want to give me the number. So what plan do review, right? We're all going to mess up. A rocket's off track on the way to the moon 97% of the time. It's only on track 3% when we plan do review. Then I'm sitting out waiting on my ride. And there's a lady with a little kid. I look for something in common. I look for a way to compliment someone. Okay? If I'm standing behind a bald guy, a hair challenge guy, hey man, I like your haircut. Yeah, I like your haircut. We get to talking, hey, what do you do for work? And he goes, what do you do for work? You give me a little commercial? Hey, may or may not be for you. Hold on a second. Go get him a magazine. So I'm sitting out there, a lady has a little kid. Cute kid. I've got 5 kids. Really? Hey, so what do you do? What does your husband do? Well, he's in the military. Okay, he's actually out of the country right now. Hey, well, listen, hold on a second. Got the magazine. I opened it up to Mark and Tammy Smith. Hey, they're a military family. I folded it to that page because I can find anybody to relate to them. And I said, hey, if I give it to you, would you look at it? Yes. Then this is the fun part. We're driving, okay? A lady you're going to hear from later on today was actually, her and her husband were driving me. And we're in terrible traffic. And there's this guy in this really cool convertible beside me. And so we keep going back and forth. And I'm like, hey, roll down the window a second. Beep. I'm like, hey, man, cool car. He's like, thanks. Where'd you get it? California. That's awesome. Hey, man, what are you listening to? That's cool. Awesome. Hey, I got something for you. Hold on. And I'm trying to hand it to him. And we couldn't reach. I was like, hold on. And I slung it, and it landed in his back seat. I was like, hey, call me. My number's on the front. We can do some things. Right? Who cares? Just have some fun. The fortune is in the immediate follow-up. What is that? The fortune is what? In the immediate. You strike while the iron is hot. Hey, if I give it to you, can you look at it tonight? We have coffee tomorrow. Hey, if I give it to you, can you bring it back? If I call them back, and I have asked Patty a couple times, hey, Patty, you told me you're going to look at that magazine. I hate to do this to you. Man, bring it back to work in the morning. I got too many people waiting on them and not enough of them. Because in my mind, I've got the answer to his problem. He needs me more than I need him. Now, I don't say that because that's cocky. But I know I am helping people. I don't go out and look as I'm recruiting. I'm looking to make new friends. I'm looking to build friendships that last a lifetime. Because let me tell you something. There are people in this room that are just as close or closer than a lot of my family members. So we're looking for the next best friend. Isn't that a cool way to think of it? Then I'm trying to sell, trying to recruit. So I know it takes 5 to 8 exposures. So my thing is I want to get them through the 5 to 8 as fast as I can. Did you get a chance to look at the magazine? Okay, Nerium experience. That's a good, I like the sizzle of that. It's only 8 minutes. Reflect Your Youth is the best product tool that I've ever seen, ever. So those two. Now you go, what's their favorite tool? It's whatever you believe in. Doesn't have to be those two. Then once they go, okay, so maybe I did a 3-way call with Patty with Puya, and he saw the magazine. Maybe then he saw the Nerium Experience video. Then I sent him the full Mark and Tammy presentation that gets all his questions answered. Okay, then I invited him out to a market party. Even if he says no, no does not mean no. It means not now. So all I do is I put him in a round room. Oh, you're not ready yet? Boom, go back in there. Ready yet? Nope, okay, go back in there. Close it up. So because timing is everything. Maybe he just got a pay raise. He loves his job. Okay, and then all of a sudden 6 months later his company was sold. Okay, he wants a new car. He wants to travel the world, whatever it may be. Timing is everything. So I brand my name with Nerium. Think about what's going to happen. The new Live Happy magazine on the stands next month. Jeff Olson's a best-selling author and his book's never even been to a publisher. Now it's going to be at every major bookstore at the same time. Then we got the Beautiful You magazine that's going to be hitting the stands. Then we got everything else that's going on. I just want them, when they finally go, okay, I'm in. Oh, that Nerium thing, it's been 5 to 8 exposures. Hey, who is the person? Oh, it's Darin. He continually follows up with me. So I'm consistent and persistent. Let them know, hey, I'm still here. I'm still here. So 5 to 8 exposures, the fortune is in the immediate follow-up. You don't want to plant your seeds, cultivate the ground, water the seeds, walk away, and somebody else reaps your harvest. You with me? Are you with me? Objections. I'm so glad you said that. Puya goes, Darin, I'm 23. When I got started, I hadn't even given birth to a wrinkle. Hey, you know what, Puya? I'm sure glad you said that, because their company was designed for people that hadn't given birth to wrinkles yet. Because you don't want to give birth to a wrinkle, right? Whatever. Hey, Darin, I'm extremely busy. Hey, I'm sure glad you said that, because your company's designed for busy people. That's why we have systems in place. Now, if I did my job properly, 90% of their training was how I brought them in the business. Hey, what did I do with you, Puya? Okay, I gave you a DVD. I sent you a video, right? You looked at the magazine, right? Can you do what I just did? Then I did a 3-way call with somebody else to answer your questions. He goes, Darin, your kid could do what you just did. Exactly. I'm sure glad you said that. Feel, felt, found. I know how you feel. I felt the same way, but let me tell you what I found out. The business is designed for busy people. And then I may share a story, because stories sell, facts tell. Okay? When we went to bed as a child, they told us bedtime stories, not bedtime facts. In the Bible, they tell stories. So I'm sharing a story. Let me tell you about Darin. He's got 52 kids. Okay? He's extremely busy, but he still builds Nerium. So share other people's stories. Work with the willing. It is easier to run with 1,000 than drag one. It is easier to give birth than raise the dead. Okay, your friends and family, they have to know you love them, you care about them, but you're going with or without any of them. Are you with me? So as we leave out of here today, recruiting should be a mindset. I say 1 to 3 recruits a month is a great goal.
This is where you live. Right here. You live right here. Okay? This is home. None of this. I want to see none of that. I don't need no pizza. They got food there.